Hi everyone. So I'm Supriya and I decided to talk a bit about letting go of our fears. So this is one of the advanced module courses that we have and where we go through a process to identify and to let go of our fears. Fear is such an important thing that we face in our normal lives and today it is so relevant. The pandemic, the lockdowns, the various natural disasters that have been occurring, like earthquakes, and some months ago there were some fires. And apart from all this, the huge economic impact that this is likely to have, that we keep on hearing everywhere layoffs, cut downs, pay cuts, all these things. We are bound to face fear in this current situation. Obviously, we cannot go out. There is a fear of getting infected, but there is a fear that if we stay behind, we might not be able to sustain. So, when we talk about fear and when we talk about economic impacts and when we talk about all these things, what comes to mind is that I was just reading through different articles, and one interesting thing that I found was that many companies, which we know as global brands today, were actually started around the time of economic depressions. Now, how is that possible? I'll give you a few examples like Google, Facebook. They started before the dot-com bubble burst or during the great 1999 depression. Disney and IBM have been founded a long time back, but they were also somewhere around depression, the economic depression. What I am trying to say is that sometimes certain situations offer certain opportunities. Now, what fear does to us is that you're so rooted in a particular thought that you cannot think beyond that thought. You cannot think something which can lead you to get away from the fear, get out of it, and actually think of more creative opportunities to do something better with that situation. What we tend to do is we tend to focus on the fact that we do not know what the future is going to be like. We focus on the fact that we do not know how the present is going to lead into the future. And at the end of it, what we do is we sit and actually literally do nothing. So the point that I'm trying to focus on is that fear can make you feel stuck as well. Fear can make you feel just frozen in a particular spot. If you have ever heard a person who is experiencing anxiety, an anxiety or experiencing a fear, or even if you hear your children tell their fears to you, you will realize that the thought, whether it's a thought about a monster in a cupboard, monster under the bed, or whatever the thought is, that thought has taken such a deep root inside their head that they are not able to uproot the thought and get it out. Now, we may very well laugh at the fear that gets shown about monsters and things that we do not feel fear about. But that fear is real to them, and we do not know how to handle that fear. Now, where we are trying to validate the fear that yes, fear can be there, we also need to know how to handle this particular fear and how to go over and above that to a place where not only you are able to work with the fear, but you are able to work with the fear in a way that you are able to come out of a place where you feel just frightened and you come to a place where you feel safe, you feel confident, and you feel creative so that you can get the best out of a particular situation. And that is the part that we cover in the advanced module of letting go of fear. So now I'm going to ask Sheetal to just talk a little bit more about letting go of fear. And I hope to see you soon again. Bye-bye.
Hi everyone, I am Sheetal, and Supriya has just touched on some important points regarding fears, which is going to be our next topic for the advanced session on letting go of fears. Fear is such a big emotion which we all have since childhood, ranging from some small tiny fears to some big fears. So basically, we all have fears, right? If you see, like, you can actually categorize these fears, like childhood fears, and then there are fears that are instilled by your parents, fears that are instilled by your friends, certain other fears that are instilled due to the society norms, and so on. Many of you must have read regarding this acronym of fear, like, false evidence appearing real. So actually, fear is not real. It's just an illusion. And this is just some kind of story that we weave inside our mind based on our previous experiences in similar situations. So those stories just come up automatically once you know that you're going to go through that experience tomorrow. So the previous experiences just come up inside your mind, and you start building up these stories about what if, what not, what if this happens this way, that way. So all this weaving goes on. Now, how can you eliminate these fears? Is it really necessary? Most of the time what happens is, this emotion of fear is so strong that you end up manifesting that same thing that you've been telling yourself in the mind. So be aware that this emotion of fear is really very strong, and you can end up manifesting it. So do you really want to manifest such things in your life? Okay. Most of the time the fears are all from the past. So we just carry all those fears with us in our current life experiences. So whatever we are going to go do in the future, so we're just carrying all those experiences and fears with us. So most of the time we're stuck in those fears, right? So in letting go of fears, what we need to understand is what are the patterns of fears that we're carrying, how we need to let go of them, what is the procedure, do we really need those fears, are those fears really helpful for us in our growth, in our personal growth, in our professional growth. We need to be aware of all these things regarding fear. So basically in the advanced session we'll be looking deeply into process of how to let go of the fears and not being stuck there. So if we are stuck in that situation of fear of any kind, how we need to get out of it, how we help ourselves come out of it, and how we try to lead a life consciously trying to eliminate fear and replacing it with some loving emotion, so that you manifest something more beautiful rather than what you'll be manifesting with the fear of emotion inside you. So whenever you think of doing something new, if a thought of fear comes up, try replacing it with something beautiful, completely the opposite of it. So we'll be dealing about all this in the advanced course about letting go of fear. Yeah, thank you. See you soon.